Hello lovelies, welcome to Narc Free Formula. My name's Freedom, thank you for joining me. Today's episode is about the top 7 ways that the narcissists sabotage us. This video is for anyone who has ever had a relationship with a narcissist or has gotten away from a narcissist, regardless. If you've been with one, if you're in a relationship with one now, you need to know what they are capable of. All right, darlings, I have a list. I'm using it. Here we go. Number 1. So, first of all, other than the everyday holding us back, holding us down, there's a line in a song and it's something like, she holds the hand that holds her down. And I think that sounds like someone involved with a toxic person or a narcissist. One and the same, really. All right, number 1, by accidentally losing our mail. Now, this is something that narcs do regularly. So they'll throw out important mail. You might be waiting on test results, or, there might be your bills. There might be important paperwork in there. Any kind of paperwork that you are supposed to be receiving. The narcissist doesn't care. If they see it in the letterbox, they will take it. So if you're separated from the narcissist, you need to get a key and a lock for your letterbox. Or even better, have your mail going somewhere that the narcissist does not even know about. All right, number 2. Deleting voicemails. Once again, accidentally deleting voicemails and failing to pass on phone messages. And the beauty of the narcissist is that they will sit there. So if they take a phone call, for example, just say, I don't know, you've left the room and your mobile phone rings, and they will answer it. And they will say to the person, yep, okay, as though they're taking notes. Yep, I'll tell her. Yep, okay, she's got to get back to you by 3 o'clock if she wants a job. Yep, okay, no worries. She'll be so excited. I'll make sure I pass that on straight away. Right? And then just forget about it when you walk back into the room 5 minutes later. Or, like I said, if there's voicemails, messages on the answering service, the narcissist is the person who will press that button as they're walking down the hallway to pick up the kids. Red flashing light, press delete. They don't even have to listen to those messages. Just knowing that by pressing the delete button that they're going to ruin your day, affect your life, and have some kind of influence over you is fun enough for a narcissist. That's the kind of thing they do. This is why we do not let them into our houses. Once they're out of our lives, they cannot come back into your safe space, because it won't be safe if you let them back in. All right, number 3, throwing out important paperwork. Once again, let them into your house. They see paperwork. They will pick it up and put it in their pocket. They will take it because they want to know what's going on with you. They want to know what's going on in your world. And when you're together with them and you have important paperwork lying around, best believe they're going to take it, hide it, copy it, destroy it. It's fun for them. It's a combination of a few things. It's fun for them. It also makes them feel like they've got one up on you, that they're dominant, that they're the one who's winning, right? Because you've got to remember, narcs are like dogs. There's no equal. You're either above or below everyone. There's no equality in narc reality. It's a hierarchy. And how you get up on one another is by doing this kind of sneaky, underhanded, manipulative shit. All right, lovelies. Number 4, deliberately failing to remind you about important things that you may have forgotten. So when you're in a relationship with someone, we remind each other of things. Hey, remember you've got that appointment with the doctor on the weekend, or on Friday? Hey, remember about this school appointment, that, whatever. That's what people do when they're in relationships. Narcs don't forget anything, but they will definitely forget to tell you about it because they don't want you attending things. They don't want you focusing on anything that's not them. Like, that's not what you're there for. In the narc's mind, you are there solely to serve them, to be serving them, literally like a servant, running around making sure their needs and wants are taken care of. Not going to some parent-teacher silly thing with the kids, with the school and the kids. Not going to your after-hours work thing. None of that stuff. This is how they sabotage us, okay? This is exactly the ways they sabotage us. So, number 5, sabotaging us through our contraception. Once again, the narcissist, psychopath, and sociopath, they know when you're ovulating. They know what's going on with your cycle. They can pretend that, they don't want to hear about it, they don't want to know about it, but believe me, they take notes, they pay attention. They take mental notes and they pay attention because they don't want people falling accidentally pregnant to them unless they want them to fall pregnant, and then it'll look like an accident. But it's not, because they've actually sabotaged your contraception. So they've either, thrown out one of your pills, and then when you say, I thought I took Wednesday's pill, they say, well, obviously you did, it's not there. You must have forgotten. Do that a couple of times, what happens? Fall pregnant. They're the type of people that will put holes in your diaphragm, put holes in your condoms. Sneaky. So if they want to get you pregnant, they'll get you pregnant. And if they don't want you to get pregnant, they'll make sure that you don't get pregnant, no matter how hard you're trying to get pregnant. Okay? All right, so number 6, they sabotage our relationships with people. So, once again, from anyone from your mum to the neighbours, to your boss, to your in-laws, to your church, to the people, your acquaintances, your friends, they will sabotage all of those relationships. They will do it through triangulation. They will do it through a whole different host of techniques, tricks, and sneaky underhanded ways. I will do another video on that because that in itself is video worthy. But they do that because, once again, they don't want you spending time with your best friend. Why would you be spending time with your best friend? You should be spending it on them. Why would you be doing anything that doesn't revolve around them? That's what they think. So they don't care about your relationships with your boss, with your mum. The only way they care about it is if they're going to get some fuel from it. And believe me, through triangulation, they will get fuel from it. They'll talk to your mum about, things that she's worried about. Your mental health, you're not eating enough, your suicidal tendencies, whatever it is that your mum's worried about. Believe me, your narcissist will be saying to her, it's worse than you think. I have to watch her 24/7. Your mum would be going, I'm so grateful. I'm so glad that she's got you watching out over her. Right? Your mum would be heaping so much reward and, love and just adoration, because this man will be making out that he's the hero. He's not the person that's causing you to feel suicidal and to self-harm or whatever it is that you're doing. No, he's the hero that's protecting you from yourself. So that's what mum's going to hear. And as for your friends who try and crack onto them, and if they don't kind of respond in the right way, then he'll tell you that they tried to crack onto him. He'll cause a drama between you and your best friend because he doesn't want you having friends. He wants you to be isolated, reliant solely 100% upon him for everything, because that's how he keeps the power. Okay? If you go and spend time with your girlfriends, you might figure out what a dipshit he is. You might figure out what a controlling, manipulative piece of shit he is. But, hey, you're not going to go spend that time with your girlfriend, because every time you go and spend time with your girlfriends, he sulks. He makes it such a big deal. You actually come away from it saying to yourself, I will never do that again. That just wasn't worth it at all. He blew up the phone the whole time, ringing every half an hour, until you finally ended up having to say to your girlfriends, I'm sorry, girls, I got to go. This is exactly the way that narcissists sabotage our lives, our friendships, our jobs, our everything. This kind of thing. All right, darlings, and on that last note is point 7. They sabotage our jobs and our education. And the ways that they do this can be from, it can be varied. It can be from attending your workplace too much. I remember when I used to work for the AIDS Council in South Australia, my ex would come to work almost every single day. Can you imagine how embarrassing that was for me? Working in community health and having my husband turning up to my workspace, creating dramas, yelling at me. I had one woman come outside and say to me, "Do I need to call the police? Is everything okay?" Mortifyingly embarrassing, which is why he did it. He did it because he wanted me to quit my job. He enjoyed the money, but he didn't enjoy not having control of me, not knowing what I was up to. He used to come and just sit and watch me at work when he was having his ultra paranoid moments. I could actually see him through my window, watching me talking to people. And then would I hear about it afterwards? Oh yes, I would hear about it. I'd have to hear about all of his paranoid delusions, about what was actually going on, and about me flirting with all the people that I was actually just talking to because I was at my job. This is how they sabotage us at work. So they either turn up too much or things like this. Another true story is when I had my child. We were supposed to go 50-50, minding her and working. So I could work, he could work. He would have her a few days a week, I would have her a few days a week. But the very first day that it was his turn to mind his own child, what did he do? Have this huge meltdown. This huge, I can't do it. So I had to literally ring my boss and resign from my job because I had a crying baby, a crying husband, and I was upset. This is the kind of thing they do. So they stop us from working, they stop us from getting an education through having tantrums, being sooky, being controlling, not giving us the money when we need the money for our courses or our schooling, putting us under undue stress and pressure because we're having to deal with all of the household chores, all of our own work stuff, our own study stuff, and then on top of all that, the bullshit that comes from trying to live with a narcissist. They make it so hard that what ultimately ends up in happening is we say something's got to give. So it's going to be my schooling, or it's going to be my little part-time job. And this is why we get stuck with them, because we get stuck because we've got no money, no income, no education, no job. And then the future's looking rather bleak. Having children, no money, no job, or putting up with his abuse and having money, having things taken care of. This is how they trap us, okay? It's all, like I said, it's all to sabotage. You can't, having a relationship with a narcissist is, it's like trying to do life with handcuffs on or one arm tied behind your back. You just don't have a fighting chance. Like, life is hard enough as it is without being held down by the person who loves you. All right, darlings. Yeah, so ultimately this whole thing is to cause confusion in you. So getting back to the paperwork, like the where's my paperwork? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm sure I was supposed to have filed those papers the other day, but now they seem to have disappeared. And when people are dealing with important stuff like health stuff, legal stuff, you can't be losing paperwork. And narcissists love that. They love causing the confusion in you. And it's their way of, like I said, paying you back because you're focusing on something you shouldn't be focusing on. You're supposed to be focusing on them in their minds. And they do it to triangulate you. So when it comes to your bosses, your colleagues, your friends, all of that, it's all about them gaining control of that relationship, them getting smack bang in the middle. So now your friend doesn't want to talk to you because your husband has said something ridiculous. you know, or your mum doesn't want to talk to you, but she'll talk to your husband. I mean, this never happened to me, but this is the kind of stuff that does happen. And the final thing is just remember, this is all about control. It's all about the narcissist's illusion of control and maintaining control no matter what. Anyhow, lovelies, listen, if anyone wants a one-on-one consult with me, the link is in the description box. Have a lovely day. Get narc free, stay narc free, and I'll see you not tomorrow but the day after. Bye.